and Shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh be the true name for the Father, Yahweh Shai be the name for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I give double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, the Tasha's truth and will well. And sorry takes to hopeful in his truth and honest sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh Sop, Camillus, the Spirit Power, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in transit lesson. And this is going to be a testimony of a heavy vision that I had last night of the end. And this vision had everything to do with the Lord's fury coming forth and using his chariots and his angels to execute that. Just going right into the dream that I had. Basically, I was headed somewhere, I'm not sure where, but I was driving at dusk, and there was a huge amount of storm clouds in the sky. It's a spirit because it's kind of raining right now, my storm, but huge clouds in the sky. And I remember seeing some lights fly through the sky. Okay, and then things got very dark as it got later in the day as driving, and I started seeing the clouds move extra quick. And then as I'm driving, I'm looking up through my window, and all of a sudden I see these large clouds. Basically, one of the clouds was shaped kind of like a bomb, you know, like the big atom bomb shape with the big fin at the end of it. But it was flat, or even like maybe like a fish shape, I guess. And it was flying through the sky pretty quick as well, but they were all going one specific direction. So it was one big chunk of a cloud all of a sudden just took off. I said, oh man, that's a chariot, man. And then there was a fleet of them, of big large clouds. Okay, and then I started seeing dark figures flying through the sky as well, dark vehicles, cloud shaped like vehicles. Basically what the world would call quote-unquote UFOs. And they were shooting across the sky, and all this was happening in Kansas City. And so then I'm getting closer on the highway, you know, and I'm not thinking much. I'm like, dang, this is some crazy ass chariot sightings, man. You know, something's going down. And it was a spirit, because he had just prophesied and did a sit down downtown Kansas City a couple days ago, and the dream basically felt so real because it felt like, you know, this was happening the very next day after what we had seen at camp, or not at camp, but during the sit down. I guess you could call it camp because we were posted up, and we saw a lot of chariots during that sit down. Okay, and so when I had this dream, you know, this was kind of like tied into after the fact of what we saw. And then next thing you know, going back into the dream, I'm driving on the highway, and then I can see one of the prominent skyscrapers that's well known in Kansas City. Okay, it was a big tan one, and it was the same one I had seen from the movie or the show called The Last of Us. If you've seen that, because a big part of that show takes place in Kansas City, and you can see the building that I'm talking about. I see that building, and all of a sudden there's gigantic plumes of smoke, but the building was bigger than the normal one that is there in real life. But it was huge, man. It was like something you see out of New York City, and it was just a big cloud of smoke, like something exploded from the side of the building. And then I'm seeing, all of a sudden I see that these clouds are flying into this building, man, and destroying it, wrecking it, man. So then, you know, I'm seeing the clouds go up to the sky. I'm like, damn, man, it's an attack. And some people were calling it an attack from Russia with nukes, you know, but through the spirit, they weren't nukes. Those were chariots fucking these buildings up, man. You know, and then all of a sudden, you know, it was a lot of destruction. It's like a gigantic earthquake happened, and the highways, the bridge that I was driving across, that's a spirit, see the lightning strike. damn. You know, the highways are the, I don't know if y'all heard that. It's storming out here. The bridge I'm driving across, man, it was like lifted up way into the sky because it broke and split in half, and the earthquake shifted the whole plate way up in the sky, like how that movie called San Andreas. You know, there's a scene like that where the highways and stuff were broken up, shifted way up, and cars falling off the bridges and shit like that. It was crazy, man. So it was like that mega earthquake that's predicted to hit the Midwest from the Madrid fault basically happened, and it was horrifying, man. There was cars everywhere. I mean, helicopters and shit, and the sky got turned black. It got dark, man. So it was like earthquake destruction everywhere. That building completely destroyed, and the city was obliterated, man. Just buildings falling down everywhere. You know, so it was so bad that all the highways were broken up. At that point, you can't really get in vehicle to go anywhere. I couldn't go further to the highway, so I had to basically go back to the crib and get the rest of my family. And the elder lawyer was there, and basically we had to travel on foot. You know, I had to go foot basically and go to get my seeds, which they were all the way in another state. You know, so we basically got our shit together and we headed on foot, man. And then as we're heading on foot and walking to, you know, where we needed to go, we get to the next city, and it was like the purge out there, man. It was like the purge out there. I had just got my seeds, and all of a sudden there was these Edomites that was celebrating the torture they were getting ready to do to Jake. And they were walking through. There were two Edomites wearing all red, man, and they were walking down the middle of the street, and they had their guns. They had two pistols on them, and they were kind of just pointed at anybody that would walk by, just kind of taunting, you know, saying that they were gonna fuck everybody up, man. You know, and real quick, I'm gonna pan the camera around as I'm in transit, just so you can see the scene that basically where I was at in the vision. I don't know if you see those buildings. Okay, imagine that tan one to the right. Okay, there's a lot of tan ones to the right. So it's like, I forget the name of that building, but it's right behind this big old square building. There's that one there. That's the one that was fucked up, man. Okay, so but yeah, man, that building was fucked up, but yet there was two Edomites walking down the middle of the street, man, and they were pointing their guns at people, taunting that they were gonna, you know, start fucking people up. And me, I already had my piece on me, and I immediately put them two devils to death, man. Shot one in the head, shot the other one, you know, and then next thing you know, the scene switched, and there was basically the Walking Dead out there, man. There was this Edomite lady, this giant Edomite lady, this big fat one, man, that was all bloated. You know, she was a zombie. She was dead, but she was upset that I put down that Edomite, and I had to shoot that motherfucker multiple times, and she wasn't going down. You know, had to take an axe to lob that head off, man. But it was just heavy because, you know, it felt so real. You know, it felt so real of the emotions. You know, kind of woke up and, you know, watery eyed. I've been crying in the dream, you know, trying to get my loved ones, man. And you know, a couple other brothers was there too at the camp, and they was basically, you know, helping put down all these people walking the streets, man. We had to do what we had to do to keep moving, you know. And there's all types of stuff that, in reality, in real life, that Esau has put in people's bodies. You never know what's going to be activated real soon. You never know. There's already rumors that there actually might be zombies that might happen. You know, that movie I Am Legend, you know, that shit might take place. But the scriptures speak about the type of destruction that I witnessed in my vision. Now, not all of the hell that's coming may necessarily take place the way that it was in my dream, in the exact order, but the type of destruction from chariots, let me pan this camera around again. The type of destruction from chariots, man, is real. That's definitely coming. And that's definitely coming. You see these court buildings, man. All these buildings had gigantic clouds of smoke from fires just coming out the side of them, man. And this is the second time I had a vision of this particular city getting destruction via earthquake. This is the first vision I had, destruction coming via the chariots. But earthquake is going to wreck these cities, man. And that's prophesied within the scriptures, man. He said the scriptures say there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, roughly paraphrasing. Okay? But we were talking about it at camp because we were at the sit down a couple days ago. We were talking about how, these chariots right now, people are seeing all these quote unquote UFO sightings. They're going to become violent. Okay? They're definitely going to become violent. And this is precept I want to bring out. This is Isaiah 66 and 15. And it says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Okay? So, yeah, they're going to be destroying these major cities, man. That's going to be part of the destruction. Not only is there going to be World War III and you're going to have missiles flying and nukes going off and destroying the place, but the Lord is going to unleash his angels on Babylon as well. Those clouds, that was a heavy, scary sight, man. It was just all of a sudden all these clouds start showing up. Then the sky started getting darker. Then it turned basically like night. Like the sun was being blotted out. And you see all these clouds moving, these spaceships moving, and they were moving to destroy. I didn't know at the time in the vision, but they were moving to destroy this city, man. Because all these cities in America are wicked. They're all ruled by a wicked, perverse nation, Esau, Edom, and as well as inhabited by 2/3 of Israelites that are wicked as well, commit all types of abominations. And this particular city has 2 months dedicated to sodomy. 2 months of it. That's not going to go unpunished. This is definitely not going to go unpunished. Because he made an example of Sodom and Gomorrah. And they didn't take the warning, take heed to that example. So, it's gonna get bad out here. Okay? Flip this camera back around. But yeah, man, that vision was a trip, man. That was pretty heavy. From the destruction, from the earthquake, and then, to top it all off, the basically the purge is going on. And then zombies and shit, man. And I've been having a lot of visions of the undead lately in the past 2 weeks. It's been a lot of dreams. So I don't know what the Lord's got in store for that, man. It's not like I'm just a person that watches that shit all the time, But I've been having a lot of repetitive dreams dealing with the undead, coming through the cities and brothers having to fight their way out. So, hey, and if you think it might be too far-fetched, you might want to look up some news articles, because the military was passing out training pamphlets going into zombie preparedness. And you got to ask yourself, why would they have to do that? And it's no coincidence that they're talking about this shit after they cause a lot of people to take something in their bodies. So, hey, man. But that was basically the vision, man. Just kind of want to put that out there. The scriptures talk about how your sons and daughters shall dream dreams and have visions, and a lot of things I saw in my dream lines up to what's coming in the scriptures, especially with the earthquakes and what I read to you in Isaiah 66. Them chariots, man, they're gonna start showing out and judging this place. You know. So, hey, the Lord's will, this lesson was edifying, though. This testimony was edifying. I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, to our truth and will. Citation, hope like which is truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.